White. He wins the lag.
What you want to do, Michael?
So what's he going to do?
Okay, have a good game.
And after a bit of thought, he's decided to break off first.
Thank you.
So here we go.
Michael White to break.
Former Masters champion Alan McManus watching this one alongside me. First of all, bad luck on your result earlier on today, Alan, but it's quite an atmosphere they generate out there, isn't it?
Yeah, fabulous. The top side of the arena is also full tonight. It's traditional at the shootout, but yeah, what a night it's going to be. 15 matches to decide the shootout champion. And Luca Brecel, you've got to say, has been the man of the tournament so far. 2 amazing performances first up, and then this afternoon was one clearance, wasn't it? Well, sorry, not a clearance, but the finish with no time.
Yeah, given the moment, that was arguably the shot of the tournament so far. The red that he potted when he had no time to sight the ball. He had to pot it. It was a really tough pot at the best of times after deliberation, but to perform that bit of genius at that moment, well, it won him the match. And of course, he made the 1-3-3 break against Ricky Walden earlier in the piece. He is super talented. Hasn't been able to build on his maiden ranking title, the China Championship, in the way he would have wanted, but surely only a matter of time given his ability before he starts producing greater consistency again. And this will be a good place to start.
Yeah, Luca straight away, deep screw type of shot he thrives on. Oh, clean as a whistle.
We've seen some potting over these 3.5 days, haven't we? And there's another one for the archives. And as we saw against Ricky Walden, Luca Brecel does get in amongst the reds, as he is threatening to do here right now. It can be deadly. Very expectant crowd this evening, ready to raise the roof.
A
little controlled shot now, holding for black. No, you see, he had to just stroke it. He's more of a punchy type of player. It wasn't easy. So first look for Mikey. See it again there. Just stroke it in.
There's a lot of pressure out there right from the first round, but of course, as we go deeper and deeper into this tournament, the money doubles up with every passing win, so pressure is also cranked up at the same time.
You see the difference in styles now, the players, Michael, more compact in the shot, 5 or 6 tiny little feathers and shorter backswing. The cannon, well, it's not bad for a right-hander.
No.
He'll be hampered with the other red. I think he's okay. Just checking it.
Won the World Amateur title, aged just 14, Michael White.
14.
He has won a couple of ranking titles. He mentioned that having won this back in 2015, he then went out to India and won that title. He also won the Paul Hunter Classic a couple of years ago, beating Sean Murphy in the final. This season, however, his form has rather fallen off a cliff, so if he could reproduce his heroics from 4 years ago, perhaps that would be the catalyst for something much better for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, obviously at this stage of the shootout,
23.
I think it takes on a different sort of way for players. They've won 3 matches, there are 3 good wins out there, and for all their nervous and the money cranks up and the pressure cranks up, you've got that 3 wins under your belt to just hold on to mentally. I think that helps.
30.
He's almost forced now to play some sort of cannon on the reds, so this can go wrong. Little shake of the head. I don't know if those 2 reds top side there will pass to that middle. Oh, you see, just threw the shoulder at it. Yeah, he snatched it a little. Just see the shoulder, yeah.
He wasn't happy with that one, but he does have a 28-point lead as we head towards the midway point.
Yeah, now he's catching this thin, so the in-off in the yellow pocket is a possible, but he'll be pleased with that. As he left look at this red, right behind it. I don't think so. You see, he can get a piece of it, but not enough. No, knuckle. Actually, maybe not a bad thing.
They're not dismantling the arena already, are they? They're a bit previous.
Oh, what a little bonus there, Michael. He could get through the Watford gap, and he's on the black as well.
Well, unfazed by the mystery pneumatic drill. On goes Michael White, 36 in front now.
8.
Yeah, the way he's played that black, just dropping it in, tells us that he's just going to put up the defences now. Don't know about pushing that red into the open though. Look at score, 36. 36 in the game. And Luca's going to bring another couple of reds into play here if he can. Yeah, that might have been a mistake further down the line, Michael White.
Yes, and Purcell has already proved today with that sensational finish against Xiao Guodong. He's more than capable of pulling out something spectacular when required. Xiao Jintong, I should say. He must have thought he had the match in the bag until the last few seconds.
Yeah, what a clever little shot that was from Michael. I don't know about that shot. I don't know about that. That's given Michael a fairly comfortable return to baulk. All right, it's not going to be easy to cover everything. Just watch this red though. It could go near this left corner. Now you see it. Is it just going to pull up? It is. Oh, that's a good shot. Well played.
Acknowledged by the Belgian. Well, he still has time, Purcell, to get back into this, but it's beginning to run rather shorter than he would like, that's for sure. White in charge at the moment.
Now does the black pass? I think it does. Oh no.
Yeah, you feel as though that had to go in. That was a chance to get, at the very least, back into it.
Yeah, just feather this cue ball in onto this red. Just feather it on there. Do nothing with it.
Remember, you have to hit a cushion with a ball. Otherwise, it's foul. Ball in hand. Your opponent can place the cue ball wherever they like. That's a good pot, though, now. 1 minute and 40 on the clock.
The one thing I just can't believe that he's done there, Michael, in rolling onto the red, it was impossible not to hit a cushion. Just roll onto it dead weight. I don't know why he released it. It's now in the open.
Shades of this afternoon, and that spectacular finish against Xiao Jintong. Is he going to pull it off again here?
25 in the game then.
11.
Crowd excited.
Oh, this is absolutely perfect. 12. He needs a tight cue ball. If he gets one tight cue ball, I think he's going to do this.
18.
A minute to go, and the lead of Michael White's is fast evaporating. Nervous
19.
moments for him, but this is missable. And he has missed it. Did he rush that a little bit? So the difference is 17.
19.
And surely now, Michael White can just take his time and run that clock down. Yeah, he's surely going to do it now. There was just a chance there for Purcell to replicate his heroics from the match with Zhao
Michael
Jinton.
White,
But it wasn't to be. He missed the yellow, perhaps rushed it a little bit. He had more time than he used, although, of course, he was running out of time. And Michael White gratefully takes advantage of that. So, the former champion, Michael White, is through to the quarterfinals at the expense of Luca Brecel.
Ryan Davies to break.
Can he show the same cool nerve that he did in dispatching Akani earlier on? That was some performance. I don't know whether you were able to catch it, Alan, but just for the quality of the safety, the fact that he was able to hold his nerve under pressure and those 3 pots.
Yeah, his long game is sensational. I mean, there's hardly anything of him, and he climbs into them. The work he gets in the cue ball is superb for a lad of that age. There's Michael showing a wee bit of experience right away. Jimmy actually made a good point at the top of the show about Michael Holt playing against the unknown quantity here. What does he leave him? Because the other thing about it is Ryan's that young in terms of this kind of level of experience. He doesn't understand what a difficult shot is. The way he's knocking those long reds in, he just, you know, there's no fear.
Well, the red bang over the pocket, but pretty much dead straight, so he's got to work the cue ball here. Yeah, it was always going to be difficult, wasn't it, to get the cue ball away from the pocket.
Michael Holt, 1.
Quite get through to this red now, Michael. Has to, as I said before, he's got to play tight safety because this young lad will take anything on. Doesn't want full ball yellow. No, he's left one. Now then.
Well, by the standards of the 3 he potted this afternoon, this is easy. Of course it isn't. But they all come the same to this young man. Just strokes them in as though they're right over the hole. And we saw plenty of that match play now earlier on against Sonny Akani to go with the potting skills.
Yeah, and that's a super shot. He's nailed Michael here. I don't think there's a return. Almost hitting and hoping there, Michael, and he's left one again. Something else I've noticed he will see with Ryan Davies, the back of his cue, the butt of his cue actually sticks out the back of his hand with some shots a good few inches. You see it there. He's not even grown into his cue yet.
16 years of age. He looks about 12, let's be honest. The potential is very, very exciting. But that one just goes astray.
Ryan Davies, 6.
So low scoring in the early running, but half a chance for Holt. He is under a lot of pressure. He's expected to win this match. He has a very good shootout pedigree, Holt. Quarterfinals in 2015, and 2 years prior to that, he made the last 4.
Yeah, don't get too funky with this red. Just leave it in the middle of the table. Good shot. That's a super shot. See, what it does here is it makes Michael, he's forced, he has to get the cue ball in bulk playing this. If he doesn't, he's going to leave a chance. Good shot though, good return. same thing applies for young Ryan.
Continuing to show a lot of nous under pressure, 16-year-old. You can see why he won the English junior title, can't you?
Absolutely. I was just worried about that red there for Michael, but having gone past the brown. He's thinking about having a pop at this. He just played it with too much pace. He's left one.
One.
Played for the green. A low-scoring match, so a decent chance here for Holt to build a sizable lead. Former ranking event finalist Holt. Finished runner-up to Neil Robertson at the Riga Masters 3 years ago. Climbed as high as 20 in the rankings as Davis watches on, a little nervously. Slipped down a bit recently, he's currently at 46 in the world. As he told Rachel ahead of this match,
11.
he really enjoys the shootout, embraces it for something different.
I
wonder if Michael might even play for the black here, because it helps the pot being able to play it with more pace. Yeah, that's what he's played. Good thinking. That managed to stay top side of the blues. But still get work to do here. Not a big lead, and wrong side of the blue.
Yeah, and these are the kind of shots in a shootout situation
22.
which are missable. That's a good pot.
$23.
Little bit of indecision, which can be fatal. But in the end, running for the long grass.
Where's this blue finishing?
Michael Holt, 23.
What a result he's had there.
Calling all pockets. Where is it? No, it's not in.
Well, it's still only a 17-point lead with 2 minutes to go, but will Davis get another opportunity? Well, if Holt can help it, he won't. He's going to need something supernatural again, like he produced earlier.
Well, at least he's gotten a good cue ball here. Michael's just going to probably leave the cue ball on this side cushion. Just push the red down, but where the pink is. Well, he's trying to get the cue ball back. So you get one last chance now. And as this, it's a 17-point game. It's 6 balls he needs to pot.
Oh, what a shame. It was a super thin cut.
Michael Holt, 4.
Obviously trusting to luck with the cue ball with a shot like that. But that is probably the end of Ryan Davis's shootout journey. Michael Holt has held his nerve and done just about enough for another quarter-final here.
$8.
That means a guaranteed £4,000. And Holt needs those ranking points too, so this could yet prove to be a very productive
9.
evening for him in more ways than one. Not enough time now for Davis, even if he got an opportunity. And he will get one. Slightly ambushed look from Holt, but there's the handshake. Ryan Davies knew that the game was up, but no one's going to forget this 16-year-old English amateur champion in a hurry, because he's proved that he has a big future in the game if he continues to progress as he is at the moment. But it's Michael Holt's moment, because he is through to the quarterfinals of the shootout here at the Watford Coliseum, into the last 8 by 37 points to 7.
Thank you.
Impressed as well. So this should be a really intriguing battle for a place in the last 8 here in Watford. Duffy to get us going.
Yeah, one thing that did strike me actually when I played that, when Adam took care of me earlier, his long game looked in really good nick. He knocked in a couple of cracking shots, and it just looked good. You know, you can sort of tell when the way the player strikes it. That's what you always look for.
And he's already achieved his best ever performance in a ranking event. When he was a pro, he made the last 32 of the Indian Open. Top ranking of 56, so he won't forget this weekend in a hurry, whatever happens from here on in.
Interesting then, other red's going to get pushed into the open. Cue ball back to this black cushion. It's not the way players like for him to pan out. Especially as in the shootout, when you play this type of frame, last thing you need is pushing a red close to a middle pocket. Which might not happen the next 2 or 3 shots, but later on.
We've discussed many times over the last 3.5 days that for those players in the lower reaches of the rankings, this tournament provides a huge opportunity to potentially get the points to hang on to your tour card, and Sam Baird is in that sort of boat, currently ranked at 88 in the world. He needs a really good run in an event, and he's given himself the chance to really make some progress back up the rankings if he can go a bit further tonight. Cagey start though. Quarter of the way through and we're still goalless, Alan.
Yes. And, oh, there's the win. Oh, is it going to get through the gap? It just depends on the kiss on the cue ball. Oh, he's just gotten away with it. He'll be in a heap of trouble. As we hinted, it's one of those frames where the red's going up the table. Adam, the only thing there, he really should have been tight here. I don't know if Sammy can jack up and get the cue ball back to the cushion. Yeah, that was a mistake by Adam. Where's the yellow? Oh, he's okay.
Oh, that was a heart-in-the-mouth moment for Baird. But mercifully, from his point of view, it stayed on the table. The last thing you need with the red spread like this is a ball in hand for your opponent. Oh, he's missed it, though. He did leave one. Did he snatch at that a little bit, Adam Duffy? So here is a chance for Sam Baird.
This is the biggest shot of the frame. If he gets this, they're at his mercy. Yeah, good solid pot.
Crowd with some ironic cheering for the first point of the match. His best here was the last 16 in 2015, and he hadn't won a match since until this year.
7.
at this red, he's playing about 3 times. It must be quite tight. You see it? Yeah, in the left half of the pocket as we see it. That was very accurate.
8.
Good shot.
$13. 14.
They're just trying to use up a couple of seconds, and why not?
10-second shot clock now in operation.
16.
Baird is the man in possession here. He can afford to take his time as long as he's still at the table potting them. There's nothing Duffy can do.
17.
Running down the clock whilst building up the lead. And that's worked out very nicely, thank you.
22.
Applause for a delicate touch into the reds. What a chance this is to seal the
23.
match.
$26. 27.
Something he's developed, Sam, a little pre-shot routine. Been coached for the last couple of years, so he looks more disciplined around the table. Sometimes he rushes. Very quick player, Sam.
34.
You see him way back, isn't he? And then he goes. It's good stuff, this.
He looks very calm and composed, which is the
35.
key. Adam Duffy missing that red to the left centre with reds generously spread, but you've still got to pot them under this sort of
14.
pressure. Baird is doing a very good job of that. He's taking
41.
away Adam Duffy's hopes of retrieving this situation with every passing pot.
$48.
Anytime you make a half century in a shootout match, you're going to be odds on to
14.
come out on top. It's not a given, but Baird certainly with an iron grip on this match now.
Yeah, I think the key shot of the frame is going to be the one that the miss from Adam Duffy. I think we're going to have a little look at that, and here it is here. It was,
54.
Yeah, quite an easy shot for a player of Adam standing.
And had he potted that red, who knows, this break could well have been his. Well, Baird does miss, but there's only 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining.
Sam Baird, 54.
Going to take something superhuman, you would think, from Duffy to retrieve this situation. It's a great opening red.
1.
He's going to go out with a bang. A rather
8.
rueful look at the clock there. He's thinking, only I can have 2 more minutes on top of what I got. Not that the reds are
9.
particularly inviting in any case. Yeah, it was always going to be very tough once Baird made the half century, and he offers his hand, and it was a very nicely composed break. But Adam Duffy's had a great tournament. He's won 3 matches. He's won his first ever matches at the shootout at the 5th time of asking, but it's Sam Baird who kept his cool when it mattered, and he final rounds of tour qualifying events. Classic case of if you don't succeed at first, keep trying. And Stephen Hallworth is another player,
Jamie Clark to break,
who is a former professional, now an amateur, who looks as though he's good enough to rejoin the tour. He's shown some really good form this week in his victories over Ashley Carty, Tom Ford and Gary Wilson earlier today.
Yeah, Jamie Clark then gets us underway in the 4th of the last 16 matches. Jamie Clark actually lost his first 13 matches as a pro, didn't he? But he's now won 4 in the spin. He beat Noppin Sankam last week, the China Open qualifying, 3 here. It's all in the up.
Yeah, 6 frames to 4. He'll be on his way to Beijing next month, the final ranking event before the World Championship.
And a lot of the viewers won't have seen these two players. Certainly Jamie Clarke, very good player, powerful, as we'll see. And Stephen Hallworth's a lovely player. There's the power.
Tremendous cueing. It really was.
1.
Struck that superbly.
A little mannerism, Jamie Clarke. Was down in the shot. Oh, how did Brown stay out? He's taking his eye off the pot.
Jamie Clarke, 1.
It's the madness of the shootout. You can pot a wonderful red, as Clarke just did, and then miss that brown.
Yeah, just going back to Stephen Hallworth. There's the brown again. He just took his eye off it. Pockets have tightened up, actually. We're obviously...
Oh, not that much, though, surely.
I was going to say, the pockets have tightened up now. We're in day 4, aren't we, in the shootout, and you just can't take liberties with the pockets.
Well, they might as well have been blocked with the way those two balls have stayed out. So Clarke not punished for his error, straight back in, so he can forget about that now.
1.
There's a little thing you'll see with Jamie. Goes down the shot and kind of hovers the head and then puts it down. Hover and down. Yeah, only guy in the tour that sort of does that.
Eight.
It's a different sort of technique for virtually every player in the game, but all that matters is if the ball disappears, however you do it.
9.
This type of shot, it's obviously going to go in with pace, but don't go hell for leather here with, in terms of pace. Just a nice punch. Just want to release about half a dozen reds. Well, he's played a little cannon that's gone wrong. Maybe a plant, but
16.
having a look.
That's a couple of chances then for Jamie Clarke already. 17 points to show for them.
Jamie Clarke, 16.
Stephen Hallworth has previous in this event, made the quarterfinals 2 years ago. Was a pro between 2014 and 16. Formerly one of Ronnie O'Sullivan's Riley Future Stars finalists.
Why Jamie's not come round. The two reds to the right corner definitely on. The pockets are tightening up. This could be missed. Good shot.
1.
Really wasn't getting adventurous with it. Might try and drop this black in. If I was playing it, I'd be playing it with a little bit of pace. I want to leave it over the pocket. Should he miss it?
Jamie Clarke,
Very
1.
tough cueing. So Clarke retains a modest 17-point lead.
I just don't know if there was any value in even playing the black, especially if this red goes in.
Which it has. That's a terrific pot from Hallworth. Plenty of Hallworth fans in the house by the sound of things.
Yeah, you see there the talent he has.
8.
Talented lad. Good pals with Ollie Lines, he is, Stephen.
And he was particularly impressive, I thought, earlier against Gary Wilson,
9.
who, as we know, has been in very decent form this season, qualified for the World Grand Prix, and he totally dominated that frame. Wilson really didn't get a look in. Was forced into taking
16.
some tough reds on, which he didn't get close to, but Hallworth always in charge of that one. That's another good pot, which he rattles in off the jaw. So now within a point.
17.
Yellow puts them in front. That's dead level as things stand. Crowd do love a yellow here in Watford, and a black, of course.
19.
What do you do here? Do you leave half ball green and into the pack? Or do you play on the loose red?
20.
And if there's two loose reds, it's better playing for the loose. He'd be doing that. He's not got enough angle to go into the bunch.
Well, it was a terrific red to get in to left centre.
23.
These are worrying times for Jamie Clarke.
24.
He looks like a player, doesn't he?
Oh, he's a very good player. You know,
Thirty-one.
he's been on the tour before. I know he's amateur status right now, but he's a terrific player, really is. Oh no!
Well, there is the curse of the commentator.
31.
Yeah, was it a kick though? It may have been a kick.
Well, he hit it thick, so maybe it was. If so, desperately unlucky. But of course, we won't be having the cue ball cleaned with a shot clock.
Yeah, I think the telltale sign as well, the cue ball didn't release out into the table properly. I think that was a kick. Now, he's got the power, as we've said, into the bunch. He's got something.
3.
Not enough. Now, does he gamble here and playing the cue ball tight behind the yellow off too?
Just 11 behind, so by no means out of it here, Jamie Clarke, and that's a very good safety shot he's played there to snooker his opponent. This match is still right in the balance. Good hit. And a pretty good cue ball too.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes then, 11-point match.
Big pot this coming up for Clarke. Had he got it, he could really have been in business there. Time slowly running out. Close. But with only 11 points between them, Allworth far from safe.
Does cut back this is potentially match ball. Chance of being on black. He's got it, you know, he's got it.
Terrific pot, brilliant. Had to be struck perfectly, and look at the position to go with it. So is there to be a sting in the tail here for Stephen Allworth, who looks just a little resigned. Just 3 behind now.
Yeah, and this is where you've got to use every second. You should be waiting on the clock here, Jamie. Just be playing it on the 3rd or 4th beat, this. Yeah, good thinking. Well done.
9.
Yes, he heard you, Alan. So this blue, pink I should say, to put him into the lead. Fascinating match, relatively low scoring. Both players have been in front.
15.
But now, when it really matters at the sharp end, it's Clarke who has his nose in front with just 2 reds left.
Yeah, he's probably got 2 more shots then, Stephen Hallworth. Can he see the red?
Jamie Clarke, 15.
Well, I think he can. It's going to take some pot, this. No, he couldn't. He's playing out of the snooker. Well, it's not over yet. He might just get one more chance. Clarke slowing everything down.
Yeah, and something else here, I would maybe be hitting this hard and get the ball running on the table as long as possible. That's not bad.
14, 13, 12 seconds remaining, and nothing really on. This has got to be a hit and hope.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
It's not to be. Stephen Hallworth's terrific run once again here at the shootout is ended by Jamie Clarke, who potted a quite brilliant red to get onto the black. That was the key shot, a thin cut at the baulk end of the table, and he celebrates extravagantly, and who can blame him? That was a really tight match. Could have gone either way. It's gone Jamie Clark's way.
Was it the last 16? Did appear in the last 16 2 years ago. This is Tian's first time this stage.
Thank you, Tian Pengfei to break.
He's already beaten the last couple of rounds Matt Selt and then Zhang Anda earlier on. Li Yang had that low score and win over Lucas Kleckis from Germany. Just in the players' room there, it's thinning out. It was standing room only the first couple of days, but obviously a lot of players and their families have departed, so the players that are here are looking around thinking it could be me. Terrific red from Li Yang.
A very good red, and especially the way that he's on to the black like that. Terrific shot. Cued nicely. Very solid player. I mean, he qualifies, he's a very difficult proposition. Isn't always transferred that sort of form to when the TV lights are on him. Obviously, the standard of play is higher as well when you get later on in a tournament. He is a good player, though.
9.
Not as thought of as much, perhaps, as a great player as many of the young Chinese players coming through. He's not as young as some, but he's deceptively good, I think.
Fourteen.
Played it as if to run up to Bolt there, play it that positively for his colour. Obviously not able to roll in behind a colour here. Cushion has to be hit. Well, he wasn't playing on a red anyway, so it was 4 points or nothing else, really.
Li Han 15.
A very good shot. Very smooth cueing from Tian Pengfei already over the last few days. Oh, that's a fabulous pot. He's knocked in a couple, but that probably is the best of all of his. He's hitting the ball like a dream, actually.
Yeah, that clock was ticking down, wasn't it? But played it so well. Oh, that one. Again, just 1 second left and missed the green.
Yeah, a little bit hesitant on it. He took a long time addressing the ball there. Boy, he hit it like he didn't have quite the same rhythm as the previous shot.
One.
Kubel just drifting a little bit too far. He'd love to have been straight on this red to get the black as well.
6.
He might just flick the black here on the way through, whatever colour he plays. It's well judged. Well, I know he goes on the retreat sometimes, but
7.
here there's no need to do anything but just pot what's there. Keep potting. That's the safest way to stop your opponent from potting. Just pot them yourself.
Well, the drill seems to be if there's any loose reds, just take them. Don't try and anything
12.
flash, disturbing things. Get in front, get a good lead, and then it depends how much time is on the clock then, the extent to which you can nurse it.
Yes, of course, that's one way of playing it, but the other way is what players have done. Just
13.
make a century, you know, get clear and win it in one visit. Normal snooker rules applying.
Not seen many of those, though, have we?
No, absolutely not. There is this thing where players err on the side of caution. And 32-point lead is a good one, but not enough. Now he must make sure he hits a cushion here. Mercifully, the brown has gone on to hit one.
Li Han, 18.
So about halfway, 32 in it.
10-second shot clock now in operation.
That last shot that Li Han played there, I've seen so many players make a foul on that, but he hit it hard enough, that cue ball, that something was sure to hit a cushion.
Pushed a red towards the corner. How's the yellow in the way? Well, he's been fortunate. He's been fortunate.
Well, he was hoping anything would head towards that right corner there and knock that other red in. It was what you might call an old-fashioned lunge.
Well, it didn't work, so it's help yourself time for Li Han. Already 32 to the good. Surely he's going to close this out now.
Well, essentially he's controlled the frame, hasn't he, so far? There's a lot of damage that can be done in 4 minutes, so he should be watchful. And like I say, this is a prime example of just keep potting balls. And don't do it too quickly either.
6. Seven.
I mean, there was an argument he didn't have to go for this. But the crowd would be enraged if he didn't. Oh, goodness me, they put him off low. There's every chance of that.
Well, now, 39 points in it. He shakes his head. He knows there's a chance here for Tian Pengfei. Starts with a good red.
Well, what about this for drama? There is an example of not going for the yellow, I suppose. I mean, I would think that would have been the right shot, but just to get it, all those people waving their arms around in behind the line of your shot, would be in a conventional frame of snooker, you would have them all thrown out, wouldn't you? Look at all that. And he missed it, and now all of a sudden there's more than a glimmer of light. Tian Pengfei, he's in with a chance here.
We want to get back towards the big colours. Taking the yellow again, it's that ball.
Not the best of shots, you know, he's not in behind a red very well. Doesn't want to be queuing over this red.
12.
The blue. Well, this is quite a big shot here.
17.
Cooley rolled this red into the middle onto the blue, then he's still in business. He's only 22 behind. Win it with 3 reds and high-value colours. Oh, what a shot. That's just outstanding piece of cueing.
18.
Well, I think at any stage of any match that would be a terrific pot, but with the pressure on in the shootout, absolutely brilliant.
Don't know, Dave, whether he can pot the black with one of these 2 reds. It would mean he only needs 2 reds and 2 blacks.
23.
Otherwise, it's getting awkward. You need yellow, you need green, and the time isn't necessarily there. The black will go, but I don't know if he can land on it. He's a bit thin on this. So he needs to just keep potting balls. That's one thing we know. Really would
24.
help him if he could pot the black.
Another big shot coming up on this red. We've got a minute left.
29.
This is where he has to be even cooler than he has been thus far. It's just fabulous, that. It really is. He has been just cool as a cucumber under pressure.
Well, the black and the yellow, and it's level.
Yes, if he can get to there, then he's up for none. And he's over-screwed. Concentrate on getting the yellow in. That means you're in the game. You're in the game and you might have one shot to win the whole thing, or get a blue ball shootout. This has to go in.
It's the ball that Li Hang missed. And Tian Pengfei has also missed it.
Can't see him getting another shot at it somehow.
Well, one thing's for sure, Li Hang's not going to rush anything here.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Incredible drama.
1.
Yeah, we were so close there to a possible shootout on the blue. Li Hang wins the all-Chinese affair with Tian Pengfei. Another very dramatic finish here at Watford Coliseum, and here's
the match this afternoon had Graham Dott losing to Rod Lawler, which I couldn't comprehend, but it happened. So I wouldn't write anything off now.
Well, when McLeod got his chance against Jimmy White, he was very solid in taking it. Tepchire will not mind the shot clock, that's for sure.
No, it was strange, because actually there was a point in his match earlier where he was playing slower than normal instead of quicker than normal. It's kind of how most people are, playing faster than average speed. Tepchire was slowing down for the shot clock. Naturally, incredibly quick a player.
Cagey start then. Inevitable shout of re-rack from one wag in the crowd. Got very close to it.
Yes, it's got this red sticking out on the right of the bunch, which goes in the middle. Look at a nice view of it from here. Nice stroked in, that's beautiful striking. So it's always good to get in first. Rory McLeod is that man.
Nine.
Well, the results have been a little bit unpredictable again. One of the two of the players we thought were likely favourites have already gone out.
14.
Well, imagine, Neil, if we ended up with the final Rory McLeod v Rod Lawler. Now, at the start of the tournament, that would not have been the prediction, I don't think. But they're both still in.
Well, it'd take a lot longer than 10 minutes in a best of 9 of those two, anyhow, put it that
15.
way. This has just gone far enough to keep him in. Now, does he really want to play this shot? If he's going to win, he's got to take the ball by the horns here. Missed it. He didn't really go into them. He didn't really play it
Rory McLeod, 15.
like he fancied it at all, you know. It was one of those where he half-heartedly went for it. For fear of missing it, I guess. Kind of half pretended to go into the bunch there. It would have played it with more pace had it been a conventional frame, I think. I think the good point for Tepchire is he only wants one chance, and it probably means any point, one chance will be enough. Must hit a cushion here. And he's made sure he didn't make the same mistake as he did earlier. This game against Mike Dunn, where he didn't land the ball on a cushion, or had a cushion. Left-hand red's playing a part here, could easily go into it. Just missing it, but he's hit it with a ridiculous amount of pace. I mean, he's gone miles too hard.
So here is Tepchire's chance then to get scoring. Still 6 minutes left.
Yes, and put extra into it to get topside on the blue. That was a good shot, actually.
6.
Good chance he'll play on the black just to get the black in play. Left-handed player. This helps his cause.
7.
He's got into the cue ball a lot there. That's not a good shot.
14.
He wanted to be right out in the middle of the table more than he has. It was a good chance there he had.
So McLeod back at the table, still in front, albeit by just 1. As we get to the
14.
halfway point.
10-second shot clock now in operation.
That was close. Worried about that cue ball, just stopping in time.
Yeah, he missed the blue, so we're level.
Tepchang 1.
Gone edgy, it's gone nervy.
Bit erratic, isn't he, at the moment? Tepchaya, good and bad, all coming at the same time.
Yeah, anything could be potted here and anything could be missed. Another chance for Tepchar, this time to go in front.
Just can't really accuse him of rushing,
1.
because I don't think he would play any differently, whatever famous snooker is playing.
Eight.
Bit of concern for McLeod.
Nine.
That's a good area to play in. Choice of reds here, the one on its own
12.
or top of what the two too close together. Got to get the pace right on this shot. And that's very precise.
13.
Gifted player, isn't he? As you can see, just the way that he
20.
points his cue and just relies on his talent for the game.
$21.
Well, McLeod needs him to miss, and soon.
Probably the least mechanical sort of play you'll ever see. Some are like that. They've got a grooved technique, but he's just all
28.
All about instinct.
29.
You wouldn't want to coach him. You wouldn't know where to start, really. Can't coach shots like that. That was tremendous. But where he's finished.
36.
Yeah, the first time I heard the bleeps, I think. Not needed any of those.
37.
Well, he's missed the black. Now, there's 37 in it. There's a minute 50. But look where the reds are.
37.
Well, I suppose that was his one chance. Tepchai surprisingly missed that black, but not leaving anything easy. Don't know whether Rory A is quick enough, and B, whether the balls are actually in a suitable position that he could get this anyway from here. Especially not in a minute. So it looked like the game's quickest player. Chayo knew he's going to be in the next round. And if he was to win the whole thing, you know, no one could possibly be surprised by that, given how little it takes out of him, just breezing around the table the way he is.
Doesn't panic with the clock, that's for sure. He's played a nice frame in the end. Made that nice 37.
6.
He had missed that blue, remember, but McLeod then missed a red immediately. Tepchai made his 37 break. And he is in the quarterfinals. He's the 6th man through. So Rory McLeod, who beat Jimmy White earlier, has now beaten the Thai super fast Tepchai Anu.
Yes, he's in his 30th year, isn't he, as a pro? Back turned professional before the class of 92. A couple of years prior to that, all those great players came through.
Yeah, Daniel Wells here was just a baby at the time. He's the world number 55. We saw him in the semi-finals of the Scottish Open in Glasgow just before Christmas.
I don't think either player players you naturally associate with winning the shootout. Wells has got a little bit more about him when it comes to playing quickly, deciding his shots quicker. Perilously close to the corner bag, just stops in time. Dart of this. Very nice. He's got a new cue, Rod Lawler, actually. Asked him about it. Just after Christmas, he got hold of it. Started early January. And got a good result, being Martin Gould 16 in a qualifier at the start of the week for the China Open. An eye-catching result.
Six.
He's really not suited to this. He isn't the quickest. The last 5 minutes are a bit of a nightmare for him, actually. He's been in front in most of his matches at that point. He's managed to hold on. I thought that Graham Dott had absolutely no luck against him in their match earlier.
14.
A crucial pot which went in off. That's when he was trying to make some kind of a move. Go for that. So he's nicked 14 and trying to hide the cue ball under that cushion.
Rod Lawler 14.
Again, must hit the cushion here.
Yeah, I think the players that are still in seem to have come to terms with that one shot, which is the shot that can go wrong and you can not hit a cushion. Well, even if he can get to that red, no fun from under there, under the cushion. No, he can't get to it anyway. Now, this is a very important safety shot, actually. He needs a bit of cover. Needs his cue ball behind the yellow, if possible. Too pacey. That was absolutely brilliant cueing. There was an angle on that, and how he screwed that in and held it straight across without touching a cushion. That was terrific cueing.
Well, nice chance to build up a useful lead as we approach the halfway point of this match.
It's not the first time Rod Lawler has done quite well in the shootout. And it seems to defy all belief, really, that he does.
Shot clock now in operation.
9.
Very neat cannon. It was
14.
played at the perfect pace.
Wells itching to get back to the table, but Lawler going along nicely, building up a useful lead.
$22.
Cleverly played as well. It's not a certainty. He would retreat to the other end of the table.
23.
Chipping away again. And he's managed not to snook himself when the yellow's respotted.
25.
Good to see, much better than he played this afternoon against Graham Dott. There's nothing wrong here.
So.
But maybe Daniel Wells, with one chance, will still be in the game, but he's not going to make it here. He's either snookered almost everything. Hit no. Or his left hand. Just present him with an absolute golden chance. It could be game over.
Well, we've seen a few street smarts from Lawler here. Wells really had no option but just to try go with a bit of pace, and Lawler is surely going to play this out now. As long as he just keeps calm, which he certainly what he looks, as I say, very experienced player. He was in the quarterfinals 3 years ago of the shootout.
4.
But I think we said right
5.
at the start of the week, before a ball was struck, that look at the players who've won. It's very often it's not necessarily the players who are really quick. It's the players who think quickly, have a good snooker brain, and Rod Lawler certainly has that.
10.
Yes, maybe, but Rod Lawler is not. You know, it's right to say he's not very quick, but you know, he's the one player who's a little on the slow side. And
11.
it'd be a shock to me had he was able to win. But if he plays like the frame he's played here, he can certainly win if he plays it again. He's obviously playing well. That result earlier in the week, I mentioned that whitewash against Martin Gould.
17.
So he's got a bit of confidence.
$18.
This has been a complete no race, this game. Amazing, isn't it, what can happen?
25. $31.
It's just brilliant, isn't it? Look at this.
34.
He's having a great
35.
time. Never seen him play like it.
Well, we saw the circuit's quickest player win the last match, Tepchara, knew Rod Lawler, who's down at the bottom of the average shot times. Played superbly in that frame, he really did. And he's in the quarterfinals later this evening. We've got one more. He keeps telling me, Dominic, he said, oh, it's so hard to enjoy it when you're out there, but he seems to spend the whole time smiling, which suggests he's enjoying it. And then he treats us at the end of each victory to a little circus act.
Dominic Dale to break.
Yes, the cube balancing is almost as good as the slug balancer off of Blackadder.
Well, let's see if he's got a cunning plan this evening. Stuart Bingham has played well, and I suppose he would have started favourite tonight purely because he's the top-ranked player here. Only last Sunday, of course, he was in the Welsh Open final. It's a very different occasion.
Loves playing into everything, doesn't he? The shootout being one of those. And, he's here to win it. Like you say, he's not had a very favourable passage through, but here he is. As for Dominic, he's got a good snooker brain, that's the key. Why he's won it, that's why he's here again tonight, still competing. He could really use the points, actually, Dominic. You know, his place on the tour is not by no means assured for the next year or two. He could drop off and put that right tonight.
Had a result that didn't he? He worked for media at the Welsh Open. Next morning he had to play in Cannock, China Open qualifiers, got there really early on the train, and then his opponent, Reece Clark, didn't show up. So he got a bye, and those points are going to really help him. So he's come into this with that boost already.
And anything better would have been not to have made the journey and known about it the night before. He'd have been doubly pleased then. Very conflicting comments in the audience. One said boring, other one said great shot. I think the second one was true. Well played. Cagey, isn't it? And there's a safety aspect to this form of the game. It's not always playing the most troublesome safety, it's just keeping it. The opponent's not got any easy pot available, or any pot at all. Both of these two can go in 2.5 minutes, and we haven't seen a shot really. A long pot by Bingham that was always going to be tough, that's all. I don't know of the longest we've gone in single shootout frame without a ball being potted. It's never been a 0-0. Someone out there might know, might have a history of them all. One at this stage, no obvious pot coming. This would be a tough one to go for. He might take the cue ball back down the table if he plays this. Oh, what a shot. That's well played. And he played it with a little more confidence than some might have done.
Stuart Bingham supported by his mum and dad in the audience.
Pace right on this. Don't want to overrun it and go behind that red. And he's a wonderful player around the black spot, Stuart Bingham. You know, he's multiple 147s in tournament play. Nice little cannon, makes it look very easy.
12. 13.
A little bit of early concern for Dale. Yes, there's 6 minutes left, but Bingham potting reds and blacks, building a useful advantage.
20.
Well, it was a cracking opening red. And he's created this himself. There hasn't really been a bad safety shot played by either of these two.
21.
That could be absolutely. Jeremy's played there, and the pace of that, just to run through on that red, he didn't have much room to play with at all. That's a beautiful shot.
29.
Showing his class.
.36.
10-second shot clock now in operation.
37.
Well, reasons for the family to be positive here. Got him with that terrific red. And it feels like a sort of normal
44.
frame of snooker now, albeit he's playing a little bit quicker than maybe he normally would.
So we've never had a world champion win the shootout, have we? Randolph's been in the final of the shootout, but it's quite a win double, really, to win it the longest and shortest forms of the game, wouldn't it?
50. .51.
Well, if he does win, he has a chance to go on better than when Dell beat him in 2014.
.58.
Definitely fear the worst now.
Certainly, he let a little look across, didn't he? But I don't think he's going to like anything he's seeing there,
59.
because this has been... you get the scrappy frames, the edgy ones. You get some of these occasionally where the player knocks in a long pot and you're beaten. The mistake that Dominic made was just to leave a red on at this level. It's a very small error to make. He's done absolutely nothing wrong. So there's a lot of credit for how he's played, Dominic, but it means that, as things stand, it's very unlikely that he's going to win the shootout twice.
67.
Michael White, of course, could achieve that. He's the only one left now that's won it before.
Well, can only tie as it stands.
Yeah, providing that this match goes the way it does.
.67 behind, 67
Stuart
on.
Bingham, 67.
Yeah, 5 reds, 5 blacks. Takes some doing.
1.
Can this be possible, really? I'd love to see it. This would take the
8.
biscuit, I think, if this was achievable. I think he's got enough time, you know. It's providing he can get the cannon
9.
here, do it in this visit. The brilliant effort. He didn't pot the black cleanly.
16.
And he needs blacks, that's the point. He needs blacks because he can only tie.
Yes, he had to play safe. That was a bit unlucky from Dominic.
He tried to sort of G up the cue ball, didn't he? But
Dominic Dale, 16.
Bingham goes big favourite again.
Trying to move balls with his shoulder there.
Sort of Uri Geller approach there, trying to just use his mind maybe to move them. Didn't work like that, unfortunately.
Seems like it's not going to happen. Great game this one's been. It's been the pick of the round, I think, in standard.
1.
Yeah, bottom line is Bingham's playing great stuff. He's beaten Matthew Stevens, he's beaten Sean Murphy, he's beaten Kyle Wilson, and now he's beaten former shootout champion Dominic Dale. Lovely break of 67 to get in. His parents will be supporting him in the quarterfinals. He's the highest ranked player in the last day. The only other one to have won a ranking title is Michael White.
9. 27.
Well, he was the first one on this afternoon for the last 32. He was the last one on for the last 16. A long time to wait, but you wouldn't have known it. As the yellow goes in again.
14. 16.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Great performance by Stuart Bingham. That break at 67 did all the damage. He got in with that terrific long red. And Dominic Dale just had that half chance, but it was always a tall order. So the last 16 is over. We're ready for the quarter-final draw, which will come after the break. If you're watching on Quest, we're going away for football highlights. We'll be back live from 10, but live coverage does continue on Eurosport and on the Eurosport player here in Watford.